Under My Burkha has finally passed the censor exam with flying colours after being given an A grade by the board. The movie was earlier banned from being screened in the country for three very reasonable reasons. One, well, because it was too lady oriented. Oh.
Ban them. This is a good movie.
2. For containing sexual scenes.
She is wearing lipstick under the burqa.
And 3. For using abusive language. Not very fair, are we? Now let's talk a little bit about the censorship. Just a little bit, or I might get censored. But in all honesty, the decisions made by boards in other countries cannot be used as a comparison to the decisions made by our censor board for a lot of reasons. The uncles and aunties on the censor board don't just ban a movie or censor a scene just because their conscience is disturbed or their modesty is outraged. I'm going to do a little damage control here and help the censor board out. Let's think of it this way. They're probably keeping in mind the diverse cultures and backgrounds that the people in this country belong to. You're welcome, censor board, but what explanation do you have for calling the movie too lady-oriented? From when do we Indians start having a problem with too many ladies? The more, the merrier. I'm sorry, you call that one upon yourself. Directors who want to make a mark in society through their movies are constantly discouraged, or so they say, because these are the kind of movies that get approved instead of theirs.
आपने ठीक से हिलाया?
हाँ ममता, मैंने बिल्कुल अच्छी तरह हिलाया। वैसे भी जब से पप्पू पैदा हुआ है, मैं हिलाने में एक्सपर्ट हूँ।
This brings me to another point of argument in this movie: pornography. Sorry, audio pornography. This came up after there was a scene in the movie where the couple was doing kuchiku chuchiku on the phone. This movie, however, acts as a teaser for Prakash Jha's next movie, Intimate Details of a Long-Distance Relationship. But let's take a minute to go back to the basics. What does censorship mean in its truest, purest form? The suppression or prohibition of any parts of books, films, news, etc. that are considered obscene, politically unacceptable and threat to society. Yeah, now the point about too lady-oriented makes sense. I'm sorry, it still doesn't.
Cut it out like you should have. Cut it out.
If we look around to our neighbouring besties, the talent of censoring movies is considered by many as a typical act of hypocrisy. China, for instance, has a problem with time travel and historical depictions, and they always tend to run the scissor over such sequences. Wow, you don't see any problem in rewriting history. There seems to be a struggle with censorship that every country faces. It's like beating a pitcher with a logic stick. It doesn't make sense. Coming back to Lipstick Under the Burkha, so there was a ban citing various reasons like, oh, that's too much lipstick. Oh, that's Sephora. Wait, that's MAC. That's not made in India. Wait, maybe it's Maybelline. It's too shady. Then came the surprising act of the Hollywood foreign press when they chose Lipstick Under My Burkha to be eligible for the Golden Globes, and everyone said, well done, woohoo, what a victory. Take that, censor board.
Hey man, who are you calling a hoe?
Listen, here's something you need to know about the Hollywood foreign press. They're not too fond of their president and all of that. And we all know Trump likes lipstick but does not like burqas. Oh. So let's face the truth, huh? What say? So then, after much screaming and banging on the door of Film Certificate Appellate Tribunal, they finally said, listen, if it can be shown in the Golden Globes, why can't we show it here also? But cut some of the scenes and make it quick. So yes, the movie does celebrate the freedom of a woman, and that is exactly what one is thinking when one is watching those scenes. Wow, see how she's exploring her freedom. But I get it, your movie is more mature than my thoughts. But there's no denying the fact that every time there's a censorship issue, the publicity for the movie is more or less sorted out. I'm not saying that this is actually a publicity stunt, and I'm not saying this movie is not what it claims to be. But we cannot deny the fact that filmmakers are creative enough to use this as a strategy. Controversial themes for profit or groundbreaking social movements.
Keep it real.
At the end of the day, what is this censorship really on? Is it on the film? Is it on the one particular community? Or is it censorship on women talking about their dreams, aspirations, bodies, sexuality and career? The CBFC finally gave the movie an A rating. Can a person's maturity be really defined by his or her age? Yes, there needs to be censorship, but where should the line be cut? Who should be on the board? Should we follow international standards? Honestly, it is so confusing that there are so many things that I want to say, but